Hey guys and dolls, and welcome into another video. My name is Jason, and today I'm going to be talking and looking through the charts of Beyond Meat. They did have their earnings out last night, which came out after hours when the market closed, and guys, they missed their earnings by quite a lot. You guys know on this channel, if you have seen any of my Beyond Meat videos from when I first started back in January, how bullish I am on this stock. But it's not all bad news, because we did have some really stellar news that did come in, that they have announced that that partnership with McDonald's is going to go through, which will actually allow them to have a really big increase in revenue in the coming years. They are concentrating a lot of their energy right now on that global expansion. They do want to be the leader in the #1 meat space for vegan and plant-based foods. So this is really good news, guys. And as Kathy Wood says, the companies that are expanding aggressively right now in research and development are going to be the leaders. It's not so much about the short-term gain, but it's more about having the mindset of a long-term investor. If this company do everything right and they follow the footsteps of what they have planned, despite the misses of the pandemic, because again, a lot of these stores have been closed, a lot of restaurants have been closed, then that's why we've seen a miss on earnings. But it is something to potentially buy a dip on, because as we move into 2022 and beyond, and we come out the other side of this pandemic and all the restaurants start to open back up, Beyond Meat should begin to soar again once they now have that global expansion and all these new partnerships with massive food businesses such as KFC, Pizza Hut and McDonald's. And we all know that McDonald's is one of the global leaders in fast food. So imagine this company are going to be the only company right now that are going to be partnering to allow their vegan and plant-based burgers to actually be sold with the #1 fast food company in the world. So this is really good news for Beyond moving forward. So again, we did have kind of a dead cat bounce where I believe the price went down because the earnings were so bad, but with this announcement, with their partnership, the price has actually gone up. So we'll see how this plays out. So let's dive into the computer and have a look at some of the charts and also the articles that did come out on Beyond Meat yesterday. So here it says Beyond Meat strikes a deal with McDonald's, yum, but shares fall on wider quality loss. Now, why is this? Beyond Meat has struck a deal, as I've said now twice, with the fast food giant of McDonald's and Yum Brands. So that's really good news for Beyond. The company fell short on Wall Street's estimates for its fourth quarter revenue, as it reported a wider than expected quarterly loss. And as I said at the start of this video, guys, I believe that this is all due to the pandemic. They did actually make an announcement on their last earnings, said that the pandemic had actually influenced their business and that they were struggling because of the fact that there were so many lockdowns globally, and especially in the US, a lot of states did go into lockdown and they haven't since fully recovered, which is why we did see a loss on those shares of Beyond, because they weren't able to get their food out to those restaurants that weren't actually open. So the company declined to provide an outlook for 2021, citing that the uncertainty caused by the pandemic may actually go on longer than expected. Just know that if you are a shareholder of Beyond Meat, then this could be some volatility that will actually be riding out throughout the rest of 21, because the company aren't quite sure when everything is going to come back into full effect and they are going to be able to start supplying those restaurant chains again with their food for their plant-based burgers. So it says the company posted a bigger than expected quarterly loss for the global expansion, and weak restaurant sales weighed on the business, which is exactly what I have just been filling you guys in on. The company's stock whipsawed in extended trading, initially falling on the news earnings, then rising on the supply agreement, driven by hopes that the new restaurant deal will fuel growth. So if we look on the graph really quickly, you guys can see that we did have an immediately sharp sell-off as soon as the market bell closed. And you can see that today we actually are sitting back at around that $155 range. So I'm really not that worried, to be honest, because I am a long-term investor and I'm going to be holding this stock for a very long term. I'm also very bullish on Tattooed Chef, as you guys know. And if you do want more information on Tattooed Chef, then be sure to subscribe to this channel, because I do make videos on them regularly. Also, let me know in the comments if you are actually involved with Beyond Meat and you are a shareholder, because I would absolutely love to hear from you. Now, if we go down onto their estimated revenues and see that the company did actually lose out by a surprising 26 cents, guys. So that is quite a lot. They were estimated to have 14 cents per share to 34 cents cents. So that is quite a lot, guys. They actually missed their earnings by over 20 cents per share. So that is a really, really big decline, which is not good news. But again, as I've explained in this video, you guys now know the reason for this. And I do think that this is all going to be temperamental noise. So that's why we are going to see a lot of volatility moving forward throughout the rest of this year, unfortunately, with Beyond Meat. But with this new partnership, this could actually extend them into some really nice profits moving forward. And if they are expected to reach the #1 and still lead and be the leader in vegan plant-based foods, guys, this is a massive addressable market. I'm vegan myself, and I understand how big this market is. The meat industry is a $1 trillion market. Now, this company is so small, it has so much work to expand into global networks. This company are going to grow, and the vegan space is going to continue to grow, in my eyes, moving throughout the next decade quite tremendously. We cannot keep up the supply of how we are actually farming agriculture. It's not healthy at all, and a lot of people will start to realize the benefits of plant-based foods moving forward and why it's not good for the environment. So companies like Beyond Meat and Tattooed Chef, I feel, are going to have that really nice exposure in your portfolio to a different sector, which is going to help you to be diversified. So this is why I am also holding these companies. And if we do look on the charts, we can see that we did actually hit highs of $220, and that was just a few weeks ago on, again, the announcements that they were going to be working with Pepsi for some plant-based snack products. So that is quite interesting. And again, you guys know that I always say on my channel, stocks always have a tendency to retest their highs. So again, it's just a matter of time again until we do actually retrace back up to that $220 range. So what do I think is going to happen in the short term? Well, we can see that we got oversold on the RSI. We are actually sitting just above the 200 on the SMA. Now, with these earnings, I think that it's best to let the market sit for a few days. If you haven't established a position, then in my opinion, this is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment only. I'm not a financial advisor, so take what I say with a pinch of salt. But what I would be doing personally, if I hadn't established my position, is I would start to buy in over the course of the next week while we are sitting in this area. I would never go fully in with my first position, and then I would start to dollar cost averaging over the course of the next 2 weeks in case we do have any further declines in this volatile market that we are currently in. That way you are going to cover yourself as best cause, because you're not sure whether the market is going to go up or down, and that way you're going to get the best average price. So that is just a little idea of what I would be doing and how I would be playing this stock for now. Again, if we do see any further dips, especially below that 140 and also that $120 range, because I think this is a really nice area of consolidation. We can see on the graph that we have actually tested this level many times before as a support, which is why I've drawn it out at 120 here on the graph. Now, that is what I would be doing personally with Beyond Meat. So I'm going to be holding my shares. I think that this is going to be a stellar company going into 2025. I'm going to be holding this one. And if we do have a major pullback in that share price anywhere to $120 and below, then that's when I'm going to start to reload my boats. So it's just about seeing how this reacts now to the news over the next week. I think that this McDonald's news is actually really, really good for Beyond, as I've said, so I'm not too worried about this fundamentally in the short term. So guys, that is all I have for you for Beyond Meat. If you did find value in this video, then be sure to give this video a like. Hit that big red subscribe button if you did make it this far, because I love getting videos like this to you guys and helping you guys out as much as I can. I hope to see you back on my channel for some more content on investing soon. My name is Jason. Stay safe and keep going. Ciao.